Good afternoon, everyone out there. This is Arjax. I'm an experienced tank. I've tanked all 5 of the World of Warcraft tanking classes to level 90 almost exclusively through running random dungeons. When I started out looking to tank dungeons, I was initially intimidated, as I know many of you out there probably are. I went looking to YouTube to help me tank my way through dungeon and was able to find any tanking guides for me out there. So here I am a few years later sitting down putting them together. I hope you enjoy them. If you have any input on them or a better way to run the dungeon as a tank, please comment below and let me know. So if you have the quest, these dinosaur kind of guys, they'll drop these the quest items for you, and as you can see here down in the bottom left, you'll see that people are picking up Deviant Hide. Those are needed for quests. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward to get all the quests. There's really no reason to worry about it. You'll see many of the DPS running around picking up the quest items. You know, don't worry about it. There's usually more than enough to go around, and if you're running this as a tank through, you're probably going to run this dungeon multiple times. I normally do on my leveling progression, so don't worry about not getting all the quest items. This is actually a boss. It's very simple. It's really easy. There's the other ad right here, the Druid of the Fang. They'll heal. I recommend killing them first so that they're not healing the boss and healing themselves. It just makes it go a little bit faster. She also heals herself. You can see through this fight that their health is continuing going up, so it's always a good idea to kill the healers first. So you can go either way. A lot of people go up top first and clear those ads. I know that it's really not necessary because you'll just clear them when the boss is there. You can't attack that boss until the end. So I normally go to the sides first. It took me a little while to get the DPS and the heals to recognize that I was going down there. I probably should have said something, but I didn't. So the healer that I'm running with is a little bit impatient. As you can see, he's running ahead of me. And I spend most of the dungeon trying to catch up to him as he's aggroing stuff ahead of me, and as a shaman, he's just a little bit faster than I am, unfortunately. There's no speed buff for the warrior at this level. I guess I could enchant something with like my boots with boar speed or something to help it, but I don't. The ads at this level are really simple. It's really more of a nuisance and a time constraint, but you have to go through them and kill them. As you can see here, I'm just going straight to the boss. I ignored that ad because I knew that the DPS should have killed him beforehand. I was wrong, so I had to aggro off from the healer and bring him back over here. But fairly simple, fairly easy. I face the boss backwards towards our DPS so that they get better hit percentage, and we just DPS them down. So I've seen tanks actually forget this, and it's necessary to pick up the second boss down over here in order to activate the last boss. You can see that I was looking on my map to make sure that I didn't miss it. You'll see me look at the map frequently. It's really not because I don't know where I'm going. I run all these dungeons a plethora of times. There really isn't anything that I don't know about them. But at the same time, I don't want to accidentally make a wrong turn and cause the group to have to wait on me or go back and do something. So I'm just trying to pull a bunch of guys together to speed along this process. They're not really grouped all that well together, and with them being casters, and there's really no way to do a line of sight pull here with them, I end up having to go a little bit slower than I would like, but that is just the way it is on this dungeon. So here's the final boss. I'm going to hit him, pull him backwards, and face him backwards towards the group. Again, it just helps their hit percentage. I don't really know if that's relevant on low dungeons, but it's relevant in end level content, so I like to develop good habits and maintain those good habits even if it's not really necessary. Obviously, killing these bosses and these ads are really simple for me at this level and everybody else, but I still like to maintain those good habits. So they're attacking Cash already, so going down there, hitting him. If you're a tank and you don't have the BOAs, this is one of the first dungeons that I will intentionally queue for because he always drops this shield, and it's a pretty decent shield for the level. So everybody just seems to be running ahead and hitting ads. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, make sure the aggro's on me. Probably really not necessary to worry as much as I am, but at the same time it's still my job and I'm still trying to maintain that so that, you know, healer has it pretty easy. So just picking up the ads, pretty simple. I'm gonna go over here and hit the boss. He's really fast down. It would be a lot faster. You see in the mini-map at the top right that 2 of the DPS are over to the side there and not doing damage. It would go a lot faster if they were doing the damage, but at the same time, they're not. I'm not really worried about it. He's still going to be really fast to take down. So right here, you want to be aware that this is, you actually have to jump here. The first time I ran this dungeon, I didn't jump, and I fell off and had to run back up here. It's a real pain in the butt if you miss it. It's a simple jump, but at the same time, you still have to make it. And if you don't know it's there, like I didn't the first time, I just fell off. And being the tank, when you fall off, everybody has to wait on you. So as you can see, you know, it's quite frequent that I'll hit an ad and let it pull on me as I run up to try to speed stuff up. I noticed that, for example, where I just did it there, I had 900% aggro on it. I wasn't worried about losing them, and just trying to get myself positioned better to pull this faster. So this is another boss, very simple like the other two previous to this. He's got a healing ability, so there's that Druid of the Fang off to the right there. I ignore him just to DPS this guy down with the group. Very simple, very easy. The Druid of Fang actually turns into that little snake guy and comes over and starts doing melee damage, so that was convenient. So here's the last boss of this sideways tunnel. Notice how I turned his back towards the group like I try to do all the time. The DPS there to my right ignores the mechanics of it and just starts hitting them from my side. Not a big deal. No issue. We down him. He's very easy, very fast as it is. So right here, I know if I teleport out and teleport back in, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the dungeon, which is the next part of this. Not a lot of people do it. It's a lot faster to do it this way. As you can see, I'm back at the beginning, and I just go up here to activate him. I don't activate him right away. I talk to the group and see if they're going to have any issues with me activating him. General consensus is they don't mind waiting. Well, the healer doesn't. The other guys want to turn in quests, but the healer votes to go and another DPS votes to go, so I'm gonna end up activating him before everybody's here. And it's actually a lot faster just to activate him right away, but without the group, you run the risk of having to start over. So as I'm watching the mini screen, I noticed that everybody is coming along. I went ahead and started it, and I'm going to run up and catch up to him. Two of the DPS are going back to turn in. Honestly, it's not a big deal. The ads in this are very simple. The healer's up here. I can see him on the mini screen up to the right. There he is right there. So the group, we're just going to DPS these, and the DPS is going to come up, and we're going to run along. So we didn't clear the ads, all the ads up here, so we're going to have a little bit more ads than normal. Most of the time people like to run up top and clear the ads the first time through. I realized that we weren't going to need to do that, so in the interest of saving time, initially we didn't come through and clear all these ads. You're going to notice that we're just going to have to kill a few more ads than normal. But overall, I think it takes less time to ignore the ads up here and go down below. Now, if you're running this at the lowest level possible to run it, I would recommend killing the ads. I started this dungeon at level 26, and as the tank, knowing that I was in full BOA, I knew that there wasn't going to be an issue, so I ignored them. You see that there is the ads up here we're going to have to take care of. But other than that, not a real big deal. It actually allows us to pull a few more together and take advantage of my AoE damage. So I think it's faster. I think overall the dungeon went a little bit quicker because we were able to skip these. The final boss is a little underwhelming. I remember this being a lot harder when I ran it this time. It's very simple. There's a few ads that pop out. You pick them up, you kill them. Everything kind of falls like little flowers in this. Not a real big deal. Mostly, the most annoying part about this boss is that it takes so long. You know, it's timed. It's not when you down the ads. So there's a few times in this that we're just going to be standing around waiting for the ads to pop up. So like I said, here popped out a couple of the ads. There's another one to the right that I didn't pick up right away. Picking them up. Very simple. These guys are super easy. We've been fighting them all dungeon, and they're really nothing to speak of. Like you just saw there, I almost just one-hitted the ads. Gonna run back over here, pick them up. And here comes the final boss. Again, turning his back towards the rest of the group. He's actually going to come down really fast, really easy. And that's pretty much the dungeon. If you liked the video, please like and comment below. Thank you. Have a great day. Arjax out.